The contemporary world needs a different kind of leader. In the Netflix series Medal of Honor, inspiring stories of heroic courage and grit from the battlefield are recreated. You quickly learn combat is not something great, and recipients of the nation's highest recognition don't seek it out. Although only one name is on the medal, it represents a team. And you might expect that combat requires a fearless team leader and a shared motivation to hate others. However, the stories from the worst day of life reveal an unexpected lesson for today's business leaders to consider. Hi, I'm Jeff Doolittle, and I'm going to break down one surprising leadership lesson from the worst day of life. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Selfless love changes everyone and everything. Rates of stress, anxiety, sadness, anger are trending up in the workplace, and Gallup has found that 57% of U.S. employees feel stressed daily in a recent survey. In speaking with frontline to C-suite leaders across various industries, one common theme that I hear is that the new normal is crisis-driven. In Medal of Honor, stories remind us all of what has been done and what is possible when leaders embrace selfless love in a crisis. Selfless love creates a remarkable courage that overcomes a fear of failure. Selfless love unlocks potential in the leader and the team, and selfless love delivers amazing results. Fostering innovation within an organization is an increasingly important leadership behavior for every organization. Failure is not always bad, but an unhealthy fear of failure puts results at risk. President Obama, speaking of Medal of Honor recipient Captain Groberg, said this: "On his very worst day, he managed to summon his very best. That's the nature of courage, not being unafraid, but confronting fear and danger and performing in a selfless fashion. He showed us his guts, he showed us his training, and how he would put it all on the line for his teammates." Fear minimizes experimentation and risk-taking. When impact, innovation, and change, it's needed. And the greater the fear, the more likely the individual and or the organization will be in avoiding and taking necessary risks. Selfless love creates remarkable courage that overcomes fear. When leaders practice selfless love, it creates safety, where followers are more willing to take a risk and be open with failures. Selfless love does not imply that leaders should ignore the fear of failure. Instead, they should recognize the negative influence of fear and use it as an advantage. Too often, employees are treated like light bulbs in an organization. When they're not working well, leaders look to replace them. And a failure to maximize employee performance is a costly mistake. Selfless love unlocks the potential in the leader and the team to deliver amazing results and business growth. Love makes a better workplace, and it improves the outcomes. It increases leader and follower commitment, increasing intrinsic motivation that really amplifies alignment in the organization and the business strategy benefits. Increased intrinsic motivation causes people to do more and results in higher performance. In addition to increased productivity of unexpected behavior, selfless love impacts an employee's discretionary effort, which is known as organizational citizenship behavior, or it's abbreviated OCB. Discretionary effort is considered the penultimate type of performance in organizations. OCB, as contributing to an organization, contributes beyond the formal job requirements. General Jimmy Doolittle, I got to meet when I was a kid. My dad took me out of school, and we went to the airport they were dedicating. I got to meet him. He's a Medal of Honor recipient, and he stated this. He said, "There's nothing stronger than the heart of a volunteer." So what is selfless love? The meaning of selfless love is to be more concerned with the needs and desires of others than with your own needs. One of the best definitions that I've come across on love is in the workplace. It comes from St. Thomas Aquinas. He said this: "To love is to will the good of the other." Selfless love is uncommon in the workplace, and as the adage goes, what got us here will not get us there. It is vital for today's leaders to invest in their leadership development continually. The current crisis-driven workplace serves as a validation test for espoused corporate values, and unfortunately, too many leaders and organizations are not weathering this test well. Although shareholder value is no longer the sole purpose of business, the Edelman Trust Barometer suggests that 72% of employees believe that their leaders would put business profits before them. The cost of poor leadership often shows up in the workplace disguised as low employee engagement, a lack of team cohesion and collaboration, or high employee turnover and failed execution. Servant leadership is a distinctly different leadership style described by the attribute of selfless love. Liz Theophile suggested that to lead with the heart requires leaders to listen and show compassion and ask for feedback. Robert Greenleaf is attributed by most as the founder of servant leadership, and he describes servant leadership as a servant first. The best test, he said, and most difficult to administer is, do those served grow as persons? Do they, while being served, become healthier, wiser, freer, more autonomous, more likely themselves to become servants? And what is the effect on the least privileged in society? Will they benefit, or at least will they not be further deprived? That's how Greenleaf described servant leadership and selfless love. If you're unsure where or how to get started, consider our one-year leadership development program that provides insights into your inner and outer leadership game. It provides you with some proven tools that can really help you fast track your development. And based on the best ideas of leadership gurus of today, leaders learn how to apply a head, heart, and hands approach to principles that reinforce selfless love and selfless service. This virtual or in-person program includes a pre-post 360, pre-post leadership style inventory, and then quarterly development workshops to help you gain traction and grow. Hey, if you've watched the video to this point, encourage you to like it and share it with your friends.